Beautiful day here on Kentucky Lake. High bluebird skies. We've been having some pretty ugly weather across the country. I just thought I'd come out and get a chance to fish a little. I'm going to get to fish with one of my all-time favorites, Strike King's 6XD, true post spawn. There's a few fish shallow. Most of them have started that migration out. And it's the time of the year to get some revenge on these fish for all those slow, cold, rainy springtime trips when we didn't catch many fish. We're going to see if we can remedy that today here on Kentucky Lake with the XD family in my hand. You know, I've got one of my favorite plugs of all time, the Strike King 6XD. It's a great plug when you're looking to fish in that, I'll say 12 to 18 foot zone. It casts like a rocket, which is good because I can get long distance. The bait actually dives in a very deep descent. It dives deep and fast, so when it gets on the bottom, you're covering a lot of real estate between where the plug lands and when it comes up to the boat, because it comes straight back up to the boat. I have not seen water clarity like this on Kentucky Lake in May in a long time. It brings back some old memories, and I'm hoping to see some of those old-timey fish that we used to catch out here like this when they got done spawning. Oh, that's just grinding over the top of that road. There's an old road bed right there, and there's one big pile of rocks. Normally when that bait deflects off that pile of rocks, that's when you get bit. And that's your job. That's what you've got to do. You've got to have a bait that will get down and hit the bottom. The deflection is the key. It creates a lot of racket, and when that crankbait does something goofy, that's when you get bit. Find that old pile of rocks out here. I need to be sitting in about 20. See if anybody's at home. Come on, big boy. See, this rod has a moderate bend to it, a parabolic type action. That's what I really like about a crankbait rod. I want it to really give me a bend when I hook the fish, and when I make that cast it loads, and with a lot less effort you throw the bait a lot further. I see some out there in 15, 16, over 20. Now I've got my contingency plan here. See that thing right there? See how I've got that buoy right there? First fish I hook, I'm gonna kick that thing out, and that way I'm right on it. Then, once I kick that buoy out, I'm gonna look up on the tree line, something up on the bank, and I'm gonna get me a line up. Post-spawn fish gang up in big numbers together. They get out here with lots of numbers, and when you find the cast, all you have to do is replicate that cast, get a bait back in there as fast as you can, and then you've got the school fired up, then it's game on. That's your job. I like to keep a buoy there, that way I've got a visual reference very close to me. I also will punch a waypoint on my Lowrance XDH7, and but this is the quickest way. Knock it over, and then whether you got wind, current, fish is hooked funny, you can come right back to that same spot, get your lineups, and make that same cast. Repetition is the key to catching a lot of them. Got a Lew's cranking rod in my hand, a Team Lew's cranking rod. Very light, very limber. Got 10-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon on here, the InvizX. You really need that InvizX when fishing around rocks and shells. It protects the bait. It's very abrasion resistant, casts very well. And I've got a 5-4-1 Tournament Pro, Lew's Tournament Pro in my hand. With big crankbaits, you want a slower gear ratio. At least I do. It doesn't work me near as hard as the higher gear ratios do. There he is. There he is. Hit a rock and 1-8 it. Just barely got it. Hit a rock and 1-8 it. Get out. Come here, big boy. Get up here. 6XD. Got my weight, got my spot. Not gonna dilly-dally much. Throw him back. Make another cast. Hit a rock and then it just turned. There he is. Just loaded up to it. It's not I don't know if it's a good one or not, but he just loaded up on it. What we got here? Oh, great big one here. Look here. That's a big one. Well, what he's doing out there with those boys. He'll get hurt right there. Don't dilly-dally, make another throw. Get your line up, make another throw. And you can already see that in 3 casts with a little bit of wind, a little bit of current, how far I am from my buoy. I mean, I'm already 2 boat lengths from it. And it's going to be imperative for me to make that same cast again. I didn't realize we were moving at that fast rate. That's why your buoy goes out. Oh, that feels so good. I'm hitting fish right there. Yeah, I'm hitting fish. Coming up, coming up. That's a good one right there. He was right at the very bottom of the cast. He hit it when it was coming up. Good fish right there. Nice bass. But you can see the importance of getting back and making that same cast. Very important. Come up here, big boy. Nice bass. There's a good 3-pound plus fish. Look how healthy that fish is. Been out here, already got it done her deal, tail's red. I'm not gonna dilly-dally because I hit 3 or 4 fish right there. As that bait was coming up, I hit 3 or 4 fish. Always happens like this when you're in a hurry, can't get the hooks out. Good bass right there, good bass.